with Crystal Edge technology screens. The new Imperial will be coming to that soon. Also, too, will be coming is our FLE-BT company. I'm doing some demonstrations with the lights out, showing you that our new FLE technology, our Alpha CINEMAX technology, on basically the advantage points of having this technology, reading the Infinity 1 contrast level, which is extremely important. One of the things they say black screens are plagued with is black screens don't have the ability to pull images up and on black surfaces, especially in fully lit environments. Some people feel that the technology can't read with the lights out, that with the lights out, a black screen can't read. I would say it would have, if our product was plagued with that that was plagued with the ability of not being able to read white light in a well-lit environment, I think it would have an easier time reading in the dark. But we get this on forum sites like, hey, look, if you're in the dark, and I mean, can it read? If you have the lights on, can it read? Yeah, it can read. It can read perfectly fine. We're at a 4,000 projector, and some people feel that we have to use high-end 4,000, 5,000 projectors. I have quite a collection of projectors. I have our Pico projectors. We have Old Faithful, which shows up on thousands of demonstrations on our YouTube channel. Inside, outside of the 1,000 projector, we have them on decks, we have them on screens outside, we have them at 13 feet, 12 feet, white levels, contrast levels, max out environments. We use daylight set of that projector. And even the first day I got it, I did an unboxing right there, live. Cut open the box, set it up, no setting anything, hit the screen, boom, works with no problem whatsoever. So what we have here is we have our Alpha CINEMAX. This has a much higher white level. I'll show you the demonstration. We did that comparison next to the dedicated CINEMAX. It just pick up a much higher white level. But we have a white surface here, white surface here. Next to this screen, we have our 50 lumen projector. Right underneath of us, right there, a Maxsonic. And over here, we have our 4,000. Now, we've done demonstrations with 4,000 versus, actually 5,000 versus 1,000. Showing at the end of the day that our screens generate these extremely high white levels and contrast levels and all that good stuff. All right, so let's start first with this over here. We got the beautiful Christmas cottage, and we have the gray screen and the white screen. Now, we're going through this right now on the forum site. They're saying, well, what about your white levels? You got a black screen. How's that work at the end of the day? Sorry, go somewhere and sit down. Stay out of trouble. How does that work at the end of the day? Can you pick up bright levels? Oh yeah, we can, because we do a lot of testing on our stuff. So let's start. As I said before, the hardest thing for a black technology that it doesn't have the ability to be, this is what it's told. And I ask companies like, how come you guys don't develop black screens? Well, the reason why, because black screen has a very difficult time picking up white levels in fully lit environments because the screen has to work just as hard. I have any idea how many times I projected this snow cottage? I've done it off ceilings. I've done it off different forms of screens. I've projected it off the floor, just about every place in fully lit environments. Well, let's see. Oh, right here. Snow doggy. Snow doggy. Where are you at? There you go.
I thought that the end of the war would mean an end to losing more of our brothers.
And like I said, you just saw that contrast level pop up and the screen's not register. Transition, people. Transition is extremely important when it comes to your projection setup. Because if you're stuck in the dark and you're thinking that you can work a transition, as we showed you in a few demonstrations ago, the contrast levels won't read. So you can't transition. You can't go from light to dark. It won't happen. Which, I'll show you that in the next demonstration. Transitions. Now you see why when I tell you that, the reason why we shoot so many videos, because there's a lot of stuff you need to see. All right, see, we've got our white levels there. Now, as I said before, because this technology can generate in fully lit environments, lights out, even better. Easy. Very easy to do demonstrations in lights out. Hard thing is lights on. So for screens that have to do their best in the dark, this is why I tell you that you don't really do your best in the dark. We can read white levels too in the dark also too. But we can also read our contrast, color, and all that. And when you turn your lights on, guess what? We can also continue to read it. "4K Snow Cottage Screensaver."
Getting that from YouTube.
I'm going to show you something real quick and find this fascinating. There's a black version of this too, a night version. So as you can see, you can read, no problem whatsoever. Lights on, lights off. Our screen can generate a white level. You can see it perfectly. We've done this demonstration at 250 inches, which means when you do a screen at 250 inches, that's a big screen to try to dodge light on. Virtually impossible. Gonna hit something sooner or later. You no anywhere around it. Impossible. That's why we like doing them on the large levels. But just to show you that, if we take a projector and we shrink it and we stick it right up against the screen, still won't help your screen. I think this is the night version of it. Some people didn't know this one actually exists. There's a bunch of these. Got one with the colors like at springtime. There's one at nighttime. There's one with the snow levels, which I find interesting because we started doing the snow levels, then everybody else started doing the snow levels. But can you do the contrast version in a fully lit environment? No, you can't, because your screen can't register contrast in Infinity 1. And I can't express this enough that you have to literally show that when you do a paint down on the screen, number one, you have to have black versus black demonstrations. Anytime black screens are producing images, they have to show that black versus black. And most important of all, and I don't care if people get bothered by this, but it's the truth. It is what it is. If you're painting a black screen, it's supposed to be black when you get done painting it. If you're painting a green screen, a white screen, a purple, orange, yellow, whatever it is, it's supposed to be that color. Can you imagine going to Home Depot and you buy red paint? You go to paint it, it's white. You go, what the freak is this? Look, I didn't order this. What the? Yeah, you're going to go back to the store because something's wrong there. I ordered red, not white. This came out white. Look at the color of my walls. Does this look like red to you? There you go. So the first time you paint that in and you see that, you're not going to say, well, I guess it's going to change later on. No, you're going to go back down there and fight with that receipt and say, no, this is not my color. There you go. So you can't claim to have something that you've never had to begin with. If I paint this black screen, and I paint it dozens of times over and over again, it comes up black every single time. So first impression is always will be the last impression. All right, but as you can see, this is supposed to be also too, the black levels are supposed to pick up. Thought I'd put that in there real quick. It's not part of the video, but you know, if you're going to show the white version of this, you got to show the black version too. You know, it's two of these. I think they got a colorful version too. But as I showed you, just put the lights on, and automatically, boom, screen disappears. That's why when you see people using ambient light controlled environments and they're trying to fool you to make you believe that that screen's going to work, it's just not going to work. Did a Halloween version on this one too. Did you know that? There's a whole bunch of these. So if you're going to show off the white levels, because we know gray and white screens can read this, what about the contrast in color? What about that? Because there's a bunch of these little demonstrations like this. This is a Halloween version of it. Of course, it's going to be dark. It's going to have really deep colors like purples and oranges and stuff like that. Can you see that? That's what a transition does. Transitions means you can stay on your white levels and transfer to black. Everything you're picking up is running. It's working. Can't just go, well, we work here, but we don't work over there. Go back. Yeah, they got so many versions of this, it's not even funny. We just do it to make show up our white levels, that's all. Turn the lights out. Let's try it again. Oh crap, can't see Jack in here. Where's the phone at? I don't even know where the phone's at right now, to tell you the truth. Oh, they have lights on, I can't see. All right, no, I got it. See what I mean? That's the benefit of having our technology. If you need to find something, just turn your lights on. Your screen's not going to change anyway. Oh, let me see. Trying to figure out if I have lights on for this one right here. All right, cool. All right, there we go. And I can't see my remote control either. Now, you see how the contrast and color improves a little bit on the gray and white screen? So if this is the case, that means this is where you're going to be at in your living room. And if I take a little bit of light, and our screen washes out just from this little bit of light. Our technology can read it. Even when all your lights are on. Now, gray screen, like I said, the only reason why we're talking about that a lot because we're seeing a lot of them in the forum sites, and they do this roll down over a white screen, and they go, oh, look at the difference and all that. Of course, it's going to be different. The gray versus the white screen, big deal. Problem is that can you read infinity contrast level? Because that's something you're going to have to pick up is that 100% black. If you can't read that, then what's going to happen is everything else is going to fail. It's going to be a domino effect. Oh, here's the spring version of it. This is fall. And as I told you, color won't register. So guess what? Screens are going to turn an ashy color because they can't read it. We'll get back to the white levels. I just want to show you this. I wish these were longer. So this is what you call the transition. You're watching out of space. You switch over to the Arctic. You should be able to see your white levels, 100% contrast, and say you see this beautiful garden. You should be able to see all your colors without ever worrying about changing your lights. So I don't have to turn the lights out to get the contrast to work or the color to work. I don't have to worry about that. We'll get more of that. Those are so beautiful to watch. Everybody did a nice job with those. Got a nice little night village. I like watching these right here. But anyway, let's get back to these white levels. All right, let's go. We showed that already, but the lights on from that. Let's turn this off for a minute. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn it off. Get something to cover up our projector. There we go. I got a battery back from this. Sonic. Wrong computer on this one. Let's see. 4K Snow Screensavers, Christmas Cottage. Need outstanding more. 50 lumens. That's a 50 lumen projector we're using right now in a fully lit environment. Technology has something called a heightener level 5, which allows the screen to read white light. Extremely good. And we can do this in a fully lit environment over top these huge commercial lights in our garage. And I can use my 50 lumen projector right here. That's on, and that one's over there is blocked to show that we can read at 50 lumens. Now, if we could read at 50 lumens on this technology, imagine what we could run off of it. Now, if you can read with the lights on, of course you can read with the lights on. Easy. So to say that our black technology cannot read, our stuff is tested at 50 lumens. We put down 1,000. That's our safe number right there. But we can read at 50 with no problem. A lot of things that we don't tell you about what this technology is engineered and designed to do. 50 lumens in a commercial environment. That's right. This is tons of light in this garage, as you can see. We don't have any LED lights behind the back of the screen. None of that. We do have some LED lights up there, but they don't fire off because we have a surface over top of them. Let's come out of here. Let's go with 4K snow screen savers. Should have went the 4K snow. That'd been much better. Got the cottage. I'm trying to find my white doggies. 4K snow. There we go. My white doggy. Get along, little doggy. So that's one of the things we got was that a guy came in. He was explaining the theory of our technology, which I find interesting because God is the one who developed it, but you know, and I allow people to speak and talk. And he wanted to tell me that I was completely wrong and didn't know what I was talking about, and said that basically black screens such as mine do not have the ability to be able to produce in fully lit environments. Imagine that. Tons and tons of demonstrations I've done in environments that most projectors can't even stand in, and imagine that. So what better way to prove this? I showed them two demonstrations. Ceiling with a screen with a light in the center of it, because most people run for those things, and the other one with the Ultima GT5600 outside at 140 inches. And you know what I got back? Thumbs up. Yeah, because we proved them wrong. Tons of testing. You can't basically fake that demonstration. There's no way to hide the screen from any form of walls or windows or anything because your screen is outside and all that light. If you're doing a screen to a ceiling, well, guess what? Ceiling light, the very same ceiling light that will wash out your screen is the one we actually have a screen actually in. So pretty much that ended the whole conversation. And he was a nice guy at the end of the day. He talked about some other things. And he wanted to discuss more about the technology. All right, so there we got our lights on right there, and lights off right there. And then we turn our lights on. Ugh. And see at the end of the day how dark that makes our screen. Let's go over here and put our... And you can see we can read. Yeah, at 50 lumens. In a fully lit environment with these giant commercial lights right over the top of my head. And you see it's not black. You can still see the doggy. You can see the basically yawn he gives out right there next to a white sheet of paper. So you know why? The reason why we have the Masonic projector, why we bought it? Because we use it for our white level test to make sure that our screens can generate high white levels. 1,000 lumens just put up there for fun. So when people see the demonstrations with 1,000, they don't realize we could do it at 50 lumens on a black surface. I'll show you something else real quick too. Oh, shit, I run the wrong setup for that one. Starfield screensaver. So 1000-to-1 contrast, we can read a black level and a white level with no problem. Interesting. Can the gray screen read the contrast level at 1000-to-1 in a fully lit environment? Okay. Let's turn right here for a minute. Oh, by the way, you see that black surface right there? Those black cloth surface. I did test against my screen, by the way, and the hoodie and all that. But anyway, yeah, my screens are black, not gray. So you can see when we basically have them, they're not gray. This is the color we don't want our black screen to pop up with. When we paint them in, we want them to come up black. This is very important that they come up in black because I'm doing a demonstration and everything I got in my environment is black laying against the screen. So, to show you that the gray screen can't even read a contrast level at 1000-to-1. These are 3001, this is 1000-to-1, can't read it. Let's take out the light, see if it improves. So, at 1000-to-1, gray screen is still improves a little bit better, but still, you have to be in a dark environment and it's not picking up the Infinity One. How does it pass the simple light test? Oh, there you go. It can't read. That's what I told you. It doesn't make a difference. 50 lumens, 3000, 4000 lumens doesn't make a difference. It can't read it because it can't read the Infinity One. So if that little bit of light can disrupt the black levels, imagine what it does to movies, sports, video games, anything you want to play, it doesn't work at all, period. On the white screen, it's absolutely horrible. It doesn't work at all, period. At 50 lumens. Let's try some real quick. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
We're on two different screens here. Hold on for a minute. Let me go over and grab on this side. Let's grab red screen. I always get the commercials on that side. Why do I get them in the commercials? I'll take that one. At 50 lumens, barely reads the red. Let me show you, add just a little bit of light to the environment. This is why you have to use these screens in very dark environments because, again, they don't read. That's why it's silver tabs on. And the white screen, just as worse. Absolutely worse. Let me go back to my that one. 4K Snow Cottage. And to be able to turn our technology so dark you can't watch it, again, virtually impossible. Not going to happen because our screens generate a very high white level. Let's see, can I find it where the mouse is at? There we go. Okie doke. So at 50 lumens, 4000 lumens, do we need high-end projectors to try to make the white levels pop on our screens? No, we don't need all that. We don't need it at all, period. Technology is designed to generate a high enough white level that we can pick up at 50 lumens with no problem whatsoever. This is why we're going to be using this technology for our portable projection screen setups because they're fantastic for that because that means the customer can use it in a fully lit environment. Doesn't have to worry about the screen washing up. But we got a certain screen size we're going to be using. These are going to be the portable 20s, 40s, and 50s, which we're making for the portable projector setups. We don't advise you using this on a 120 inch. No, don't do that. We have it at 20 supportables for supporting these projectors. Well, I don't know. To tell you the truth, this is a 50. This is a 50. I wonder what 300 lumens would look like on this thing. Huh. Curious about that. We get 300 lumen to run off this thing at 100 inches. That'd be pretty sick. So, I can't really say that because the 50s are doing pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah, all kinds of stuff, because we don't do a lot of lights out demonstrations the reason why we don't do a lot of lights out demonstrations is because we know the technology works with the lights out. That's not a hard demonstration. I've been to so many forum sites that said, well, lights, you got to turn the lights out. How is that a hard demonstration? I don't get it. It's not a hard demonstration. It's very easy to do. Screen can pop off at 50 lumens. We can do it with lights on or lights off. It'll still work. So I don't get that part. How that's so hard to do. If that's hard to do, then gee whiz. I mean, you guys are going to have a rough time when they turn those lights on, because that's even worse. And then we showed you at 4,000 lumens. This has more power than this. This is 50 lumens versus 4,000. 4,000, yeah, it'll read on our screen with no problem, but it won't read on the other screens. 50 lumens will read on my screen with no problem, but it doesn't read on the other screens. It's a little bit of light grace that screen and poof, gone. All right, let me see. Where we got for time here? Are we doing pretty good? Are we doing pretty good? Oh, we're doing excellent, excellent, excellent. We got 50 lumens over there. We've got our 4,000 over here. I wonder if I can bring my projector a little bit. No, that's the wrong section. Is that for over? I'll bring you over here. There we go. Now you guys side by side. It's lumens actually strengthen in the dark, and they do. They get stronger in the dark because again, you have less light that's making contact with the screen. That's why. Less light making contact with the screen. Let's go with 4K Snow Cottage.
Getting that from YouTube.
Where are you at? Let's see. 4K Snow Cottage. So, again, like I said, it's not going, our technology is not going to go dark, unwatchable, all that other dumb nonsense. But I suggest using 50 lumens in our technology at 100, no. Not even at 100 inches I wouldn't, because again, we're making portable screens designed to fit that size, that are generating fully lit environments, and we're, well, matter of fact, we already did that. We already showed you in demonstrations, even at 40 inches, even at 20 inches, it can't read. It won't read off my desk, it won't read it out, period. So it's just not going to read, period. We already did that one already. No use beating the dead horse to death, so that's not worth the time it's going back to anyway. We already did it already. So if it's not going to work on my desk or on my glass screen over here, it's not going to work over here either. So we're going to have these at 50 inches, 20 and 50. So the portables, we set up for our portable projectors. We're going to come across white portable setups, but again, they can't register in fully lit environments, and our stuff can. Now, are we saying that a 50 lumen is going to be the same as 4,000? No, not really. It's not going to be that. And lights out, yeah, somewhat, but 4,000 is going to have an advantage point because it's a much higher projector. Now, 1,000 lumens, yeah. 1,000 lumens next to 4,000, they'll match. I got Old Faithful coming out pretty soon. We did this demonstration at not 4,000, we did this demonstration at 5,000. Chrissy LW 505. That's the big boy we have over here versus the Old Faithful. And it was able to pull at around 16 feet back and be able to produce. So, yeah, it'll have no problem with that. Look at the picture quality over one over the next, like I said before, not going to suffer much at all whatsoever. And we'll put the lights on. This is going to generate higher because again, 4,000. Now, some people are going to sit there and say, well, hey, I'm seeing this one generate a higher white level, proves at the end of the day that you're using high luminance projectors to produce higher white levels. Have we forgot about the white sheet of paper sitting in the middle of my screen? There you go. That's why it's there. Because if I did this demonstration and I took the lights out, I was trying to cheat you guys, and I turned the lights out and I go, look at this. See? They pull almost the same lumen count. That's how bright our screens are. Now, if I have no white surface there, I have nothing to compare it to. Now, if I turn the lights on, then you're saying, oh, we got you. This one's coming up darker, proving that you're using a high power projector to produce higher lumens, higher white levels. But the problem is we have a white surface in the middle. And guess what else is being hit with the white surface? The exact 4,000 lumens that's hitting my screen. They're both being hit with the 4,000 lumens. I had somebody say, well, that's not right. How in the laws of physics would that even be possible that my screen would be the only one getting hit with 4,000 lumens and the rest of them are not? I don't get that one. That doesn't even apply to the laws of physics at all, period. They're all being hit with 4,000 lumens. So the fact that the screen is still there, maintaining a nice bright image with no problem without the white paper defeating it. And over here, we have 50 lumens hitting the screen and the white paper is not defeating that. That's why you don't do standalones when you do these tests. So it shows that our technology can generate at 50 lumens next to a white surface and still maintain a beautiful image and still maintain at 4,000. Even if you were to up your lumen count to increase your white levels, we still would be able to overpower the white surface and still be able to maintain an image. Keep in mind, there is contrast in this demonstration, and the white screen can't read it, but our screen is reading the white levels in contrast at the same time. That's why you can see the detail and beautiful images, where if you were using the white screen in a voided environment, you wouldn't pick up anything because it can't read contrast. There it is. Everything I just said, we're watching it right now. It'd be different if I was having this conversation with you, and say we're just looking at a demonstration of some fish floating around in the background somewhere on a TV. That'd be kind of hard to pretty much, process. But you're literally watching everything that I'm saying out of my mouth happen right in front of you. That's what good presentations are. So can we pick up white levels? Heck yeah, we can pick up white levels. If we couldn't, it wouldn't pick up anywhere. There's no way in the world I can convince a store owner to buy 2 projectors under $400 and say, we don't need the $6,000, $3,000 projectors. Forget it. But it has to. No, we don't need all that. We're good. But this projector, we don't need it. We're good. Set up a screen, stick it in this window, and I'm not talking about inside. I'm talking about literally in the window. Big old screen. Pop it up in the window. Take the projectors, put them behind the screen because they're not in front outside. They're behind. And that projector is going to push an image right through that screen and be met with light. More light than is inside of the store, and still produce those fish back and forth. A lot of people don't realize when you watch a demonstration like that how complex and how hard that is for a screen to do. To be able to push through a window and you're met with a ton of outside light hitting you right in the face. And you still can produce your contrast and the fish moving back and forth crystal clear. Enough where we had people across the street walking over to look at it. There you go. Got to understand when we do these demonstrations how difficult we make it for the screen. And I'm on site, mind you. There's no getting out of this anyway if it don't work. I just convinced this guy to spend money, $400 for some projectors that he literally could have paid a lot more. He could afford to pay $5,000 for a projector, $10,000 for a projector, $20,000 for a projector. They could afford it easy with no problem. They're 4,000 lumen projectors. That's all they were. And I convinced them to buy that. Oh, it's going to work. We're fine. We got 4,000. We're fine. We don't need like 10,000, 20,000 projector. We got the money. We could buy it. No, that's too much money. You're crazy. That's too much. We're good. Did it produce? Yeah, it did. The 250-inch screen. Do you understand the concept of that monster at the end of the day? You're talking about a screen that's 11 feet high and over 20 feet wide. It is absorbing in so much light, it's not even funny. There's no place for that screen to escape. There's no ambient light and controlled environment that can protect it at all whatsoever. And we got a projector, which is the one I have sitting on the floor, $270 projector. It's only 4,000 lumens. It's 27 feet from a screen at 4,000 lumens. And it has to hit a 250-inch screen and display from corner to corner without going dark. There you go. That's why you have to do those crazy, insane, out-of-the-box, madman demonstrations, because you have to be to know yourself that, man, this thing might not work. It could be dark around the corners. It could be dark in the middle. Anything could happen. We had to show the white levels like this. We had to show the contrast levels. We had to show the color levels. We had to show everything. We didn't have no 10,000, 20,000 lumen projector, because usually that's what most people do when they do a screen that size. They get like a 10,000, 20,000 lumen projector, high-end 4K, just to make sure if the colors or anything washes out or the picture becomes distorted. They got this high-end 4K projector to fix all that. Nope, we had $270 720p projector that was 4,000 lumens. And right now that screen is posted in the forum sites, and they're all standard like, is that 4K? Like, no, it's not 4K. It's 720p we're running. Not even 1080p. What's the price of your projector? $270. That's our price. So that's why when we bring out the Colossals, these monster pre-coated screens, guess what? You don't got to go out and spend a ton of money for a projector to fire up a monster that big. You go down and pick yourself a 4,000 projector, and they're cheap. Get them for $270, like my $300 model here. Where are we at for time? Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay, I'm getting this down. Crafty, get this done. Let's get our little portable projector here. Take my unit. Where do I have this wrapped around? That's why we'll be able to, when we put these at 40 inches, this is a 40-inch screen. 40, 50, size we're going to have. So the caliber projector, we're going to be testing each one, what screen would suit them best, so we can have all that information for you. So if you contact me, say, okay, Mr. Bird, I want to do a 40-inch screen, what projector, portable, would be perfect for that? And we say, okay, well, we got a projector at 50 lumens. We have them at 150 lumens. The highest we're going to go 300. I don't want to go no higher than 300. So that's it. And we figure if we get 50 to run this well, 300 lumens is going to run perfectly. So that's why I want to get the 300 lumen, test it on this screen, see how big we can get it, because if 50 lumens runs that well, 300 is going to run amazing. So I just want to see first. But anyway, when we do the portable screens, we can say, okay, look, if you're going to do a 20-inch, this is what lumen count you're going to need. If you're going to do 40, this is the lumen count you're going to need. So we'll do all that through testing in that particular area, so that way we'll have all that information. So when you contact us, we can give you the right size screen for the right lumen amount of projectors, lumens that you'll be able to use. But keep in mind, you'll still be able to use it in a fully lit environment with no problem. 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, the grade screens we did, like I said, because I'm on that forum site, and I've seen a lot of grade certified screens. I saw the Vivid Storm, Elite screens, a whole bunch I had in there. And they were doing the slow roll down, XY, it's another one, the slow roll down, and it was showing the difference between the gray screen and the white screen and how much of improvement you're getting. But the sad thing about it is it doesn't read the Infinity One. And as I showed you in the demonstration, even in a dark environment, we take a little flashlight, hit that screen, and it changes just like that. And those are using white screens, because we have a section in there. We're going to be back in there again today too. They're talking about, well, the way to fix the white screen's contrast levels is just turn out the lights and that's it. No, it's not going to help you at all, period. At all, period. At all. So we got some pictures and stuff to take. So we can take it over there and show them. Because turning out the lights, it's not going to help you. So that's going to be the solution for everything. My living room, I'm going to watch the games, some sports, TV, whatever. Got to turn the lights out. Interesting thing, I can turn my cell phone on, watch the exact same movie you're watching, but I can walk outside and watch it, or around the apartment or house or wherever you're at and watch it. Yeah, and technology literally has to upgrade. White screens would be the worst. They are the worst. Gray screens feel that they are the solution, and the problem is that they just want to exclude the Infinity One. Like, we don't want to act like it exists. It doesn't exist. We don't need it, right? So that's like saying red on your projector is not important. You don't need it. So anytime red pops up on your screen, you don't need it. Heck, if it comes up purple, green, and any other color, not needed, but you know it's needed. Because Santa Claus's outfit is not purple, it's red. So why do you exclude the black levels? Why do you accept gray for black? I'm not trying to, people say, oh, he's just trying to get rich and all that. Look, man, if I want to get rich, I'll sell out. I got plenty of big companies at the end of the day that we can show at the end of the day. We can walk into any one of their setups, any one of their presentations, and I can show a technology that can further take out their technology with ease, easily, and sell out. Not hard to do. All you have to do is show a product that poses a threat to them at the end of the day. That's it. I can walk into any one of your shows, any one that you have, and I can present this screen, and your whole booth will shut down. What do you think they're going to do? They spent millions and millions of dollars building that company at the end of the day, and someone's just going to walk in and I can shut the booth down that quick? They'll buy you out in a hot second. And then they'll take that technology to two things. Either they'll code it to their screens, or they'll stick it on a shelf and keep it out of the way so they can continue to run their company. That's all. The worst nightmare for a certified screen, they know who we are. I'm going to tell you right now. All these certified companies know exactly who we are. A nightmare for them is us showing up in one of their shows. And it's the truth. Give you a little bit of some homework here. Send me a certified screen that we can't take out. All right then. And if that's the case, and we tested all these certified screens, I got my high model right there under my port, under my my best, and I even got one from Ireland. And you're watching a demonstration on snow on a white surface, But anyway, so with that being the case, if I go walk into one of their shows and I set up shop, everybody will be at my booth. They won't be at their booth. Why? I'm showing an infinity black contrast level. They're looking at this screen. Oh, shoot. That's a black screen in there. That's it. I wouldn't even have to turn my projector on yet. The fact that we're in there with a 100% black screen is enough to draw attention. And the minute we pull that star field demonstration pop up, they can't do anything contrast. They can't do one contrast demonstration while that screen's sitting in there, because it'll show the difference. Y'all pull up the color? We can pull color too. White levels, we can pull that too. And I can put a white surface right next to mine and show you the difference with the lights on. My projector costs far cheaper than yours. If you're looking at my machine like, what the freak? Yeah, they got all high-end, high-performance projectors. We're using this. So the fact that we're using these beat-down old 720p and 1080p projectors, and they're using these 8K and 4K high-end projectors, and our screen's jet black. Yeah, everybody will be in our booth. So what better way to get rid of this individual than just buy him out? Give him a ton of money and basically sign an agreement that I can never ever develop technology ever again, because that's what happens. You sign that piece of paper that says that you can never ever develop anything ever again, or you get sued. Nothing ever again, but you get a large chunk of money. So if that was the case, I could have sold it a long time ago. I got the numbers to all these companies. I can send them over a sample of that technology, and I guarantee it, they'll spark off and say, hey, how much you want to sell this for? If that wasn't the case and we weren't a threat, Diamond would have never contacted us to begin with, say that our product had potential. That tells you right there, they know who we are. I didn't even know they were even watching me, honestly, to tell you the truth. I didn't know. I was just doing demonstrations. I had never knew at the end of the day that somebody was in that room from their business or wherever they were was in there watching us because they reached out to us. So knowing that at the end of the day, when I first saw that, I was like, oh shoot, they're freaking watching me. Yeah. As for the white screen right here, as you can see, white surface, white screen. That's why when I go out, when we do the more paint on demonstrations, I want to get a white sheet. And then I want to do some white sheets. I'm going to do some white certified screens, and not white circuit. I don't want to spend that kind of money. We're going to get some like 2.0, 1.0, you know what I mean, high-end screens. The ones they claim that you get these amazing images off of, we're going to do those. All right, let me see where we want to go on this one right here. Oh, let's check this one out. I like to do the OLED demonstration next to the white surface. So 4 feet from the screen, 4,000 lumens, full 1080p projector, won't read on the white screen. We're done with the gray screen. We're done with that. I'm going to take some pictures of that with the lights out and send it over there to them so they can check that out. And we're going to do more on the white screen because, again, like I said, I'm only bumping into gray screens because I'm over on a form site over there. But when I'm out there on site, it's all white screens we bump into. We don't bump into any gray screens. It's rare if we do bump into one. I haven't seen one yet. All white screens. And a lot of really high-powered projectors because, again, biggest lie you tell yourself, my projector is going to fix the problem. And it's just not. I think when we dig deeper into these, white screens, because I see a lot of these white screens, a lot of them. I want to do demonstrations where we take a $5,000 projector versus a cheaper model projector, put them side by side, versus a white screen, and show you that even if you bought an expensive model projector, even at 8K, it won't read. Well, then, we got customers that show that off all the time. Great, not 8K, but 7,000 and all that crazy stuff. But to show you that even, it's just not going to read, period. I've done 20,000 lumens versus 1,000 lumens. Doesn't read. It reads 1,000 when it'll read on our screen, because again, our screen's black, but on the 20,000, it won't read on the gray or the white. Let's try a little poet over here. LG snowboarding demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
I don't shy away from the white levels. I love doing the white level demonstrations. Now you got plenty of companies out there that develop white screens. $1 million companies, because everybody buys these white screens thinking the projector's going to fix the problem. They can buy us out easily. Because with those white screens they have, they can be Yahoo, Chickadoo, Dolphin City, whatever you want to call it. Some generic white screens that they're making and people are buying. They coat that stuff with our technology. That means all the screens that they coat are going to be better than the $5,000 screens. That's another company that can basically buy us out. Because as you can see, our technology versus a white screen, or white surface, whatever you want to call it. And I got some people saying, well, it's a white surface, piece of paper. It's not the same as a white screen. I've had dozens and dozens. I had an Elite white screen there. Dozens of white screens. I had an Elite screen that was an acoustic screen, which was a 0.9 white screen. I think it's called a 1080 something, Pro something. But anyway, that's the highest white level I had in 0.9 was a white surface by Elite screens. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I didn't really see a difference, to tell you the truth. I don't care if it's 0.1, 2.0, 0.2, 0.9, bed sheets, white bed sheets, white t-shirt. It all looks the same to me. So it does react the same way. Excuse me, transition coming up. Now, I think the next one we're going to do, short and quick, because I'm keeping them down to a certain time. The benefits of black technology over your white screen. Lights on or off. All right, be back. Hope you enjoyed, and God bless.